Here's the video for page 7 of unit conversions. Sjors, number 4, is traveling to Europe. He withdraws 8,000 Swedish kroner from his savings and converts it to euros. The local bank buys kroners at this rate and sells kroners at this rate. Okay, so again, just like last page, take the bank and you, or in this case it's yours. And remember that if this says local bank buys, there's certain directions, and it's always relative to the bank. So the bank buying kroners is when the kroners go this way, right? And the bank selling kroners is when the kroners go that way toward you, okay? So let's make sure we're using the right unit by using the sell rate or the buy rate, okay? So let's calculate what Sjors 8,000 kroners is going to be worth. 8,000 kroners. We're going to multiply it times a domino, where the bottom of the domino is going to be kroners, and the top of the domino is going to be euros. Oops. The symbol for euros is like this, right? Okay, and which unit are we going to use? Well, we know that Sjors is giving his kroners to the bank. So that would be this direction, right? Sjors is giving kroners to the bank, and he is getting back euros. So they are buying kroners, okay? And if they are buying kroners, then the rate is this one here. So let's use this rate. So we'll put 1 kroner is 0.111 euros. And we'll multiply that out. And if we do it this way, we're going to cancel out the kroners, and we end up with euros, which is what we want to do. So it's 8,000, 8,000 times 0.111, which gives us 888. So it gives us 888 euros, and that's the answer to part A. What about part B? The trip is canceled. How much will Sjors receive if the euros in part A are changed back to kroners? So now, what is he doing? Well, this time, the kroners, he's changing back to kroners, so that means it's this transaction where the Swedish kroners are coming back to you, or coming back to Sjors. So that would be a sell. So sell is this rate here. So now we're going to use that orange domino instead. So we're going to start out with 888 euros, and then we're going to multiply a domino with euros on the bottom and kroners on top. How do we know that euros go on the bottom? Because we want the euros to cancel out. So that's why we put euros on the bottom. So the euros in this case are going to be 0.121 euros, 0.121 euros, and on top we're going to put 1 Swedish krona. So that'll be 888 divided by 1.121 euros, and that gives me 7338.84. 7338.84 kroners. So he started out with 8,000. He didn't spend any, he just exchanged it with the bank twice, and he ended up with much less, 7,338.84. Remember that whenever you do a financial problem, you should carry it out to 2 decimal places in case the units use cents, okay? So we just did B. What about C? How much has Sjors lost after 2 transactions? So he basically lost 8,000 minus 7,338. So that would be 8,000 minus 7,338. That gives us 661.60. So if we subtract 8,000 kroners, and we subtract 7,338.84 kroners, we end up with 661.16 kroners. Okay? Number 5. Ooh, here's a Brazil problem. 1 Brazilian real is 3.984 South African rand. Giving answers to two correct decimal places. Convert 500 Brazilian reais to South African rand. And here there's no buy and sell rate, so that makes it quite a bit easier, right? So we're going to start with 500 Brazilian reais, and then we're going to multiply it times a domino, where there is 1 Brazilian real, which is equal to 3.984 South African rands. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to cancel out the Brazilian reais. We put the Brazilian reais in the bottom of the domino so that it would cancel out. And we multiply 500 times 3.984. And the answer is 1992. Oops. 1992 Brazilian reais. Okay, that's part A. What about B? Find how many Brazilian reais it costs to purchase 500 South African rand. Okay, so we have 500 South African rand. How many Brazilian reais is that? So in this case, we're going to use the exact same domino. That's the only one we got. Except in this case, we want to put ZAR, Z-A-R, on the bottom because we want the ZAR to cancel with the original ZAR. So we put 3.984 on the bottom, and on the top, we put 1 Brazilian real. So it's 500 divided by 3.984. 3.984. So it'll be 125.50. Okay? And 125.50 Brazilian reais is how much it costs to purchase 500 ZAR. All right. Number 6, last one on this page. James, who lives in UK, travels to Belgium. The exchange rate is 1.173 euros to 1 British pound, with a commission of 4 British pounds, which is subtracted before the exchange takes place. James gives the bank 250 British pounds. Okay, so this is another way for banks to make money. Instead of charging an exchange rate that is slightly unfair to you and making money that way, what they can do is they can charge a commission, which is a straight up cost or percentage of the amount you're going to change. So James wants to exchange 250 GBP. But the first thing the bank is going to do is they're going to charge him a commission of 4 GBP. So in the end, he only is exchanging 246 GBP. They already made 4 GBP. So in this case, he's going to take his 246 GBP and he's going to multiply it times a domino where there's a GBP on the bottom and a euros on top. And the reason why you know that the GBP goes on the bottom is because you want it to cancel out with the original GBP. And in the domino, you're going to fill in, you're going to fill in 1.173 and 1. The 1 goes with the GBP, and the 1.173 goes with the euro. So basically what we're going to do is 246 times 1.173 euros. That's equal to 288.56 euros. So that was A. Okay, the amount of euros he receives. He buys 1 kilogram of Belgian chocolates at 2.25 euros. Wow, how international. First UK, then Belgium. Okay, so he's going to subtract a certain amount of Belgian chocolate cost, right? And just to make things difficult, they tell us he's going to buy 1 kilogram of Belgian chocolate, but they don't tell us how much that costs. But they do tell us that the Belgian chocolate costs 2.25 euros per 100 grams. So first thing we need to do is we need to change our 1 kilograms into grams. We do that with a domino that has kilograms and grams in it. Kilograms, of course, in the bottom so that it cancels out. We know that there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram. And then we also know that there are 2.25 euros per 100 grams. And we know that the grams should go on the bottom because we want the grams to cancel out. So 2.25 euros divided by 100 grams. And that is going to be equal to 1,000. Do all the multiplications first, then start dividing. So 1,000 times 2.25, it saves you on parentheses, okay? Divided by 100. And you get 22.5 euros. Okay? So 22.5 euros is the cost of the chocolates. So now I'm going to take the chocolates and I'm going to subtract them from the amount of euros he received. So it's going to be 288.56 euros minus 22.5 euros. And that's going to give me the number of, oh, they don't want that. They just want the cost of the chocolates. So we already have it. That's B. Okay, so we already have the answer for A, which is 288.56. And we have the answer for B, which is 22.5. And that's all they wanted. So we don't need to figure out how much money was left over. I was like thinking it was more complicated than it was. So that's it for page 7.